Hey, what's good YouTube? Anti-Yami here, back with another video, and in today's video, we're gonna talk about Unchained. So, I've been on Unchained for like the past month and a half, and I've been playing a lot post Infinite Forbidden, and I really think this deck is really insane. Now, of course, I feel like this deck is well positioned in the meta, and I'm using more of like a fiend pile here, and it's been really good. Of course, the only issues with the deck, and I'm gonna be front with you because I'm just real like that. The only issue in the deck is that it has a lot of cards in the deck per se that you particularly don't want to draw. You can still turn them into advantage based off the other cards you have in your deck, but there's a lot of cards in the deck that typically you don't want to see in your opening hand. That being said, it's very strong when it does. There's a ton of one card combos in this deck. I believe there's like 12 like starters, one card combo cards, and then there's a ton of two card combo cards that end on like insane end boards like Appaloosa, Rage, and Caesar plus Trap. Like, it's really insane. It's really resilient to a lot of hand traps. It can play through like Droll, Nib, like small impact cards like Ash, Vrailer. You know, depending on the hand, it can play through like a ton of hand traps, and just how well you manage to play with the deck. So in today's video, I'm going to just showcase like one card combos and two card combos. I'm not going to show off everything today. If you guys want to see more, I can show you guys the deck profile on a different video. I do have like a complete like going into Nats like completed deck I'm going to take for Nationals. But I've been playing testing a lot, and it's very good, and it's very like well-rounded versus every single matchup. I honestly don't see it having a very bad matchup outside of like branded, because it's more of a going like it's a board breaking deck. So it has like a lot of like board breakers in the main deck, but in the side deck, it fixes it a little bit with certain hand traps, and it doesn't get FTK by decks like Satirions or the Gimmick Puppet and stuff like that, so it has defenses with that. Let's go ahead and hop into the combos. With the first combo here, what we have is just the Fiendsmith. I want to just kind of go over this card really fast, just in case you guys don't know, because this card comes out in Infinite Forbidden. And it's very strong in like every single deck right now. Like, it's used in a ton of like Snake Eyes and things of that nature, but it's really strong in a lot of Fiend deck synergies, only because it can make a Yama, and even making a Yama, you can still go into like Appaloosa to protect your future plays, and it's extremely strong. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the first combo here. So we're going to discard the Fiendsmith, add Tractus, as Luri, discard Luri effect, special summon the Luri, and then you turn this into the Requiem, and then Requiem effect, special summon another Fiendsmith. Then you'll use Fiendsmith in the graveyard to bring or send back the Luri, special summon, and then you link these two off into the Sequentia's effect to shuffle back. Make sure you shuffle back the link and the Fiendsmith, so when you summon your Lacrimosa, then you can special summon the Fiendsmith. Just in case here, this is your only line, which in this example, we're not showing any like two card combos, we're just showing what if you drew into the Fiendsmith. So typically here, if this happens, you just you can turn all this into an Appaloosa here if you want to make an Appaloosa for 3. Or over here, you can turn, instead of making an Appaloosa, you can take the two bodies and you can turn it into a Rage King Caesar, which is really strong. And going back to the Appaloosa line, if you open up like a two card combo, basically, you can actually turn these two bodies into your Yama, and then you can search like Shavara, and then you can go a two card Unchained combo, which is like basically Rage, Caesar, like Appaloosa, like even more like insane bodies. But at that point, you basically win. It's a pretty hard board to like crack. especially with an Appaloosa protecting your plays. It protects you from nib and stuff like that, so it's really, really strong. Okay, so we have another Fiendsmith thing we can do here. And this is what I typically do if I don't typically start with the Fiendsmith stuff, but this is what Fiendsmith can also do by himself too. So it's basically kind of like the same deal for the most part. But instead of ending on like Rage or Appaloosa, you kind of stay in within the Fiendsmith engine. So basically you get to the same point right here. You make the Link 2, and then you turn these 3 materials right here into the Dies Array. And then Dies Array's effect is really, really strong. It kind of reminds me of like a Heart Dragon Archfiend, where it can target face-up cards and negate it. And it's very, very strong on like already established like imports you already have. So it's very strong. So in this example here, you're going to activate Tractus to poly these 2 cards away. And the reason why you want to do that, because you get a lot more advantage off of that. So then you go into Lacrimosa's effect, the special summon back the Dies Array, and then you equip the Sequentia to the Dies Array. And now this card cannot be targeted by card effects. If it's ever outed, you can shuffle back the Link 2 to send a card on your opponent's side to field to the graveyard. And on top of that, it's a Hot Dragon Archfiend, which is really strong. And the Lacrimosa face up on the field decreases all your opponent's attack power by 600, which is a lot more annoying than you think it is. And of course, if this card gets outed, it can show back a card in your graveyard and burn for 12. So yeah, and this card being a 6 will come up in multiple combos. I won't go over it today, but obviously it's a 6 in the Fiend, so you can make this into a Solar Rage, or sorry, a High King Caesar. So yeah, that's a part 2 of what the 1-card Fiendsmith card can do with this. All right, this is the final combo I'm gonna show off, and of course it has nothing to do with the Fiendsmith stuff. I will go over more Fiendsmith stuff if you guys really want me to, and I probably will still make a future video on more combo potentials in this deck. But let's just start with this basic 2-card combo in this deck I'm playing, which is, again, it's more of an Unchained deck, but it does play like the Ubel, the Fiendsmith stuff to kind of support the Unchained stuff for being really, really good. So we got Dark Beckoning Beast and Nightmare Throne. So here we're going to start off with a Nightmare Throne. We're going to destroy Ubel. Ubel's effect will activate the special summon, or sorry, Spirit of Ubel will summon the Ubel. Then after that, we'll normal summon Dark Beckoning Beast. Dark Beckoning Beast is going to search out our Spirit Gates, and then we're going to search Chaos Summoning Beast. Then after that, we're going to link off using Ubel, and it doesn't really matter which one you use, because at the end it doesn't really matter. But make sure you use the Ubel here, and then you go into the Yama. Yama's effect will search out Shavara. Then you're going to use Gates to pitch Shavara, especially back to your Spirit Ubel, which is very important here. Then you're going to Chain Link 1 Ubel, Chain Link 2 Shavara, setting your cards. So you always go for Chamber in this particular line, and then we'll set the Pain. And then use Pain effect, or sorry, just flip over Pain. I'm using the effect of Phantom Ubel to special summon by shuffling back the 2 from the grave, and then we're going to use Pain to search for Squirmer, and then Ubel's effect is going to summon back the Ubel here. Then we're going to special summon, and this is really important too, because now we're going to have a Ubel, or we're still going to have protection from Nib here, and we're going to actually reuse the Phantom Ubel because we only play 1 in this deck very well, because we still want this as an M-piece board. So we're going to turn all this into an Appaloosa here, and then we're going to turn these 2 into the Super Producer. And next, we're going to banish Squirmer. Squirmer is going to special summon our Spirit Ubel, and then we're going to use Super Producer to pop the Spirit. And Spirit on pop is not once per turn, so it can summon Ubel as many times as it likes. Then that's going to trigger our Yama and our Throne, and that's going to trigger the Ubel, of course. So this is going to special summon our Ubel. The field spell is going to shuffle back the Fusion, And then we're going to special summon Shavara off of the Yama, and then Yama is going to pop the trap. This gets us into our Unchained stuff, and this is going to special summon our Sharama. Next, we're going to link off the Shavara plus Yubel to make a Soul of Rage, and then we're going to use Sharama's effect to set back the chamber, popping the Rage, and then use Rage effect to bring back the Shavara. And since we didn't use his hand effect, we'll pop the Sharama, special summon Shavara, and Sharama's effect will activate to special summon the Shayama, and then we're gonna special summon back our Phantom and Yubel that we summoned twice this turn, which is really cool. And then we overlay these two into a High King Caesar, and now we have High King Caesar, Appaloosa for 3, the Super Producer, which is fine, I guess, the Phantom and Yubel, and of course we have the Rage here. And we still have like these 2 cards as like potential follow-ups, which is really cool. And then we still have the Throne to kind of recycle back our Yubel again to make another Phantom Yubel. And then on top of that, we have Shavara plus Shayama. So infinite ways to follow up. It's really hard to crack this. This like doesn't really like super lose to like 1 card or 2 cards. Like evenly match kind of cooks it a little bit. But like Dark Ruler, any like engine push, it's just really tough to play through all this, especially going, you know, game 1. So, all right, but that's all I gotta show off for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see more, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.